we are looking at just a pretty easy, not easy, but simple goal today with this, and that is to just get the engine in. We're going to focus on the side engine mounts, the one on the passenger side and then the one on the transmission. Make sure those are at least secure. And the front one, I have to order bolts. The bolts that go through the motor mount into the chassis are gone. And so I got to get those purchased. And coming around the back, this one here sits in up underneath the firewall, which isn't a problem to get to, but depending on how I feel at the end of this day, I really want to just get the side mounted in and the engine just sitting in there on its own. A couple hours probably. Got to pull up some of the cabling and stuff that's fallen down. I did not get the fuel filter out, so that is going to have to wait until next time. CV axles, I am getting those. I've already researched and looked into it. For the amount of time it's going to take me to rebuild those, I can buy new ones for, really inexpensive. That's really the great thing about this car is the parts for this car are really inexpensive. It's pretty much why I'm doing this, because it's a cost saving thing more than anything. Get a little experience swapping an engine out. I've never done that. And, extending the life of the car really is what the main objective is. Drive this car until it just completely falls apart or I can't get parts for it. One of the things that was on my mind is the torquing of the bolts. I did not torque these underneath here. And on the side, I did not torque those, so I'm going to go ahead and torque those down. I got to look for the other bolt. I know I have one. I found it. I just got to put it in there, but that's easily reachable from the top of the engine, so no big deal there. So I'm going to get those torqued down and make sure everything's good to go. I got the book. I'm just going to look through the book real quick and get it done. I tucked away all the wires, pulled them all up, used some zip ties on each side. The plan is to bring the engine in at a slant, have it tilted, and then while it's tilted, I need to hook up the wiring in the back, hook up the fuel rail. The words just escaped me right now. I use some zip ties, tie up the wires, pull them out, pull them away. When I bring the engine in, I'm going to have it at a slant down towards the driver's side. And then while it's at that slant, I'm going to hook up the starter, hook up some of the wiring that's behind there, hook up the wiring that goes underneath the intake that goes to the fuel injections, to the fuel injectors. So it's just a lot easier to push it up through the back. The engine will be at a slant, so I'll be able to get into here. I need to take this piece off because there's one on the car already. I just left it with the clip and the sensor and stuff on there. I just pulled it right off the back of the engine. So when I slant the engine, I'll put the starter in. I'll also hook up the negative or the ground that goes right there, because that goes behind the starter. And so I got to make sure I put that on, some of the other wiring on, and then I put the starter on, because the starter was the first thing I took off. So it needs to be the last thing I put back on as I'm working through this. I'm going to leave these little tubes on, just whatever's on there. I'm going to leave all that on there. And then I'll just be pulling off all those little red spots, pulling them all off, all those little tubes as I put things into the, plug it in. But as of today and right now is fit the engine into here and get the passenger and driver side mounts secure. I can get to that one. It's real easy down there. But I just, have to jack the car up. So that's the goal. Get it sitting on its own weight. That way I don't have to have anything obviously holding it up. So here we go. One of the things that happened while I was pulling it out is the length here got kind of in the way with the door because I had to have it so high. I've taken all the links out right here. I think I need to lower it down and take all these out and only use links like way up here. It does make it difficult because I don't have a lot of room to do that. So I think I'm gonna put the handle on this side. So that way when it's tilted, transmission down, it won't bind as much. So yeah, so I'm gonna lower it down and move this around a little bit. Should be fine. I'm probably being overly concerned. Maybe not too. Yeah, see, there we go. Now I got a little bit of spin. I couldn't really spin it before. Okay, I don't need that. All right, let's get this pushed around. Pull it. All right. Okay. All right, let's push this side here. Let's just get it out of the way. All right. That's just the pump for the lift. Okay. That's the way we're going. All right. Get some water. I'm just pumping it up to get it high enough to get over the car. I had to watch. I just hit the garage door. Am I high enough? All right, I'm high enough. All right, get in there. Okay. This is, okay, I need to go to the left some. All right, let me lower it down a little bit. Lower it down a little bit. Maybe I needed to. Okay. Okay. Let's tilt it. Everything's good. And tilt it, tilt it. It needs to go to the left though. That's for sure. I don't know if I go like that. I don't know. I do need to go to the left. How do I go to the left? Yeah, I need to go this way because I'm already hitting down there. Maybe if I need to come to the left somehow. Yeah. Maybe, I can go like that. Okay, that's working. Okay. Let me just keep tilting. This. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Okay. Slow it down a little bit. Come on. Easy does it. Okay, look at that. We are down. Okay. Just keep on going. Easy does it. Easy does it. Okay. All right, let's look and see what we got. Okay. We are definitely getting in there. Okay, so at this point, if I can plug in, because this is where I was last time, I put up the electronics for the fuel injectors. I get that because there's a rail that goes right here, and there's two screws. There's one right here, and there's like one on the other side. And if I do it all right now, it'll be a lot easier, because once I put it in, I mean, there's room, but it's just right here, and it's pretty much secure. So I'm gonna set up some lights real quick and pull off the zip ties, start plugging some stuff in here, get the wiring for the fuel injectors in. All right, so just looking back here, you know, you see the room. Oh shit, I forgot to take that bracket off because I have another one right here. So I gotta take that bracket off real quick. You know, if you watch the taking it out video, I had the AC bracket here and the pulley here, and I got really, I don't know, I'm gonna find out if this got punctured or not. I was pretty confident that the front engine mount wasn't gonna be in the way, wasn't gonna be a problem. It looks like, you know, once I took those plates out, because when I was pulling this out, I kept discovering little pieces I should take off. And to be real with you, going in, you get the angle, whatever, which I pretty much got at this point. I'll be able to just, you know, slowly, you know, put it down in there, you know. And so, you know, lessons learned along the way, but everything's got a little tricky still, you know. But so this is what it looks like right now. It was a good move having some of those brackets off, though. So I'm just gonna take this bracket off real quick. I should have taken it off before I put the engine on there, but I was just excited to get it in there. I think they're like 12 or 13. They're kind of small. Yeah, it's 12. Yep, it's probably like a 14. So the top one's here, 12. Yeah. I'll just reuse these bolts. Take this off real quick. Come on. The whole thing is threaded. Come on. There it goes. All right, so I got those two out. Just set them right here because I'm going to just reuse them. And I think that might be a, excuse me, 14 or 15. Let's just see here. It's a 15. That seems a little big. And all right, it's a 14. So, you know, I do a lot of walking back and forth to my toolbox. I don't know. I probably could be more efficient, but it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. All right. Oh. There we go. Ooh, I gotta make sure I get that nice and tight. I don't want the engine to bounce too much because, you know, it's leaning on stuff. And just want to be careful. Yeah, I'll probably do the starter from, I don't know. I might do it from right here. All right. This bracket will be the last piece I put back on. I mean, come on. This bolt's so long. Okay. Okay, let's see. I don't know what we got here. Okay, so there's some other bolts on here I gotta take off. Dang. All right. That's so crazy. This right here, this sensor connection right here, this is the bracket that goes on the back of the intake. Just hold the intake to the engine. I could not get this out, so I had to disconnect the tubes, and now I'm going to try to get this sensor out because I don't want to break it. I just need the tip off. Thought I'd give you a little bit different perspective here on what's going on. I don't know if these will reach, so I'm definitely taking a gamble cutting these off right now because they might not reach up there. I might have to lower the engine down some more. I think that's what I'm going to do. Lower the engine down more, just a couple of inches, get the transmission underneath the mount over there on the right. I had to pick it up to take off that sensor. I couldn't get it, you know, reaching way over here, reaching way back here. So I just lifted it up a little bit. All right, a little bit more. All right, cool. I'm down below the engine mount over there. So yeah, I'm just resting on it. I got about 2 inches on the right between the oil cooler and the bracket. So I got plenty of room there. And so now I think, let me adjust this a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off the zip tie and try to pull up the electronics for the fuel injectors. That's the plan right now. And get the back here buttoned up. Let's see. Just put a zip tie in it to hold it up. Let's see. Right. Let's see. Come on. Okay, so here's the negative for it mounts to the engine. Let me go get that bolt. I actually left it on the old engine. So I'm gonna pull that off the old engine. And let's see. Yes, okay. Let me get the socket for it. And I'm gonna put a little thread lock on this. This is a 12. I got 12 right here. Don't need a lot of this. All right, here's the ground. Let's figure out how to do this. Okay. Come on. Come on. All right, there it goes. Okay, this is a pain. Gotta hold this up. Come on. doesn't want to go in there. Oh, fuck. Come on. Let's get this in here. The problem is there's not any room here for my hands, you know? I don't understand why it's not grabbing. This doesn't want to grab the hole. Oh, the thread lock just came off of it. What a pain. Right. Put it on the bolt, man, in the socket. That'll help. Give me more to grab onto. Okay. There it goes. All right. All right. So we got that in there. We'll just leave it kind of loose because I want to turn up, you know? So I want to get the fuel injection wires up. Let's see. Couple wires back here. Let's see. That one probably goes there. Let me see. Alright, I gotta figure out where those go. Okay. So I need to actually untangle some of this stuff because it looks like that's probably what's causing me to not have very much room. Ooh. Yeah. All right. So I gotta go down a little bit more. Doesn't look like I can. There's not enough room. All right. I'm gonna reposition the camera here. Okay. As you can expect, there's not enough room for me to pull. There's the bolt, the mounting spot, and this is where the hole is, and I can't pull it over far enough. And I don't want to yank it, so I'm going to lower it down a little bit more, slide it over to the driver's side a little bit more, just keep kind of lowering it down. Looks like things are going just fine. Nice and slow here. All right, I'm clear of that other motor mount. Okay. All right, I think that might be far enough. Shit, almost forgot what I was doing here. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Got that one on. So I might. Yeah, I'll probably just put the starter in from the bottom just because just where it's at. Okay. Oh wait. No. No, that's because these are the fuel injectors. So I went over way too far. All right. So it actually goes like. Oh yeah, there it goes. Okay. So I have plenty of room. Okay. So from here, I need a fish. Okay, I had enough room. Okay, so this is kind of where I'm working in, just down here. I think I'm gonna lift it up a little bit more. I realized that I could. I didn't need to go over so far, and just need some room to see under here. I want to pull the fuel injector wires through, and try to get as much as I can done right here like this. because once I lower it all the way down, the intake is really in the way, and I have no intentions of taking the intake apart. So I'm just going to keep working under here, and we'll see what happens. I was able to get all the plugs in the back buttoned up. I got one of the two nuts on the electronics that go to the fuel injectors. I have the nut. It's on the other side. Once I get it lowered down, I'm going to use a really long extension and go underneath the intake. It's definitely a pain. It took me a little while last time, but I'll get it. But right now I'm going to put the starter in. Like I was saying, I got the ground behind the starter already installed, and I've got the couple of plugs going into the engine that needed to. One goes into the water pump water system. I'm assuming that's the thermostat for the water pressure or water temperature kind of thing. And then one goes right into the back of the block, which is probably the head temperature or head sensor. I don't know what all the sensors do, not yet, but I'm definitely learning a lot about this car as I'm going through doing research, finding different parts. You know, I'm learning how different things go together, and I'm printing off the schematics and the diagrams, especially once I get to the tubing. You know, some of the tubing is going to make sense, you know, like this big one right here goes right there. It's pretty obvious. This one I think goes to one of these sensors that I got pushed down. So, you know, it's coming along. So I'm at the starter now because once I get the starter in, I'll be able to put that bracket onto the back of the engine that goes to the intake. And I should be able to just continue lowering it down at that point. So here's the starter. I'm going to go ahead and get the starter put in. So I got the bottom bolt in first because it threads from the back, and I can hold up the starter easier. So I got that one kind of tightened down. Go ahead and tighten this one a little bit. I'm going to need an extension. Just tighten up the bottom one a little bit. And just kind of slowly just work it in, basically. Okay. So that one's tight. Gotta get an extension. I get a little creative with my extensions here. And just the angle that this is at. I want to get it nice and snug. Okay. Okay, so I think that's pretty good for the starter. Let's get the bottom bolt all snugged up. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty good for the starter. The starter wires I'll get from the bottom once I put the engine in. It's pretty easy there. It's one clip and one nut is on the starter, so well, shoot, I could just do them right now. Yeah, I could just do it right now. So there's just one nut on there for holding the cable on. And then there's just this one clip there for the starter. There. Put this on. It's pretty easy actually for the starter. Oh, come on. Let's see. Got it right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, there it goes. I just need to push it on. Let's put this nut on. It's just essentially the positive and I believe just the power. It's really, I believe that's all it is. Let's tighten this up. Okay, that's on. All right, so the starter is on. Okay, so these wires, I believe, go to some... Okay, so these I got to figure out. I know this is the O2 sensor, so I got to put that back on, but I'm not 100% sure what this plugs into, so that's okay, because it's all part of the wiring harness. Those don't go together. All right, well, this is just part of what I was going to figure out. So I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I need to put the bracket back on the back. Oh, man, I almost forgot about that. Oh, and that's what this plugs into. So there's a plug on the bracket. So this is the bracket that goes on the back, and I'll bet you this plug plugs into that. No? No, it doesn't. All right, so everything looks really good. I got the starter in, I got the bracket in, all the plugs in the back that I can see. I have this one plug right here that I don't see where it plugs into. You know, I got the ground, so I'm just gonna keep moving forward. I do have to put the O2 sensor. I have to fix this wire. I don't know what this is. Is this in here to stiffen it up? Maybe it was to... I don't know. But I'll just end up pushing this down. I'll have enough room under the car once I get the engine in to do that. No big deal. But I think I'm going to lower the engine down now. You know, everything over here is pushed up. You know, it's in a good position. I can lower it down. So I think I'm just going to lower it down a little more and start leveling it off. Nice and slow here. Ooh. Okay, there we go. I know it's hanging on something. Let's go ahead and start leveling it. Ooh. I don't want to squish anything. Just keep turning it like that. Just checking it, making sure it popped over, not crushing anything. Just taking it baby steps here. Looks like I can lower it a little bit more. Just keep on slow and steady. Yeah, slow, slow, slow. All right, stop it. And then let's go ahead and keep leveling it off, leveling it off. Oh, this leveler is the best, to be honest with you. Oh, definitely crushing something back there. All right, that's it. All right, there we go. Okay, good, coming in. All right, getting down. Okay, all right, let's lower it down a little bit more. Okay, good. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's on the engine mount in the back. That's what it's hitting. Okay. Let's bring it up a little bit. Okay, so the engine mount on the bottom and the back is what we're hitting. So I'm gonna go down a little bit more and I'm gonna pull it towards the front of the car and hook it in there. So what I'm trying to do, there it goes. Didn't hit anything. Okay. All right, so what it was is the engine mount back there. It's like a U shape like that, and I needed to slit it in to the mount because I didn't take the mount off the chassis. I just loosened it up. Maybe that was okay, maybe not. Just something to remember. But now it's at least like gonna be able to slide in. I think I might be low enough. Let's see. Some of my bolts got kind of mixed up with one another. Let me see. Let's see which ones are which. I think these go on the other side. That's kind of a small one. I gotta find the bolts. More. Looks like. Looks like I can almost do it. Pump it up a little bit. Okay. I think it needs to go in a little bit more. I'm just jimmying it back and forth so I can get the engine mount. Push it in a little bit more. Almost. Needs to turn a little bit. Okay. Up just a smidge. Just trying to hook it on this engine mount. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Just lift it up a little bit. All right, nice. So there was just like two little prongs on this engine mount over here. It's like two prongs right on the engine mount. Right in here, there was two prongs that went through the mount on the engine. I'll show you on the other engine here. So this piece right here, these two holes, the other engine mount hook has two things that go hook in there. So I was just trying to get that in. Now I'll get that nut in right there or bolt. So this just comes together, and then I got one bolt that goes through there, and that's that engine mount for the most part. Other side here looks pretty good. Let me make sure all my parts and pieces are pulled up and out. Okay. All right, lots and lots of stuff to connect. But I pretty much just laid it the way it was, so it's not like everything yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and the transmission slave. That's okay, I won't worry about that. Let me worry about the engine mounts. Let's not get distracted. Okay, so on the engine mount on this side, I got one bolt that goes through the top. It's kind of long, and then I got this that goes on top too. Honestly, all my bolts got kind of got jumbled up. I need to get the one through the top here. This is just a weight that helps stabilize. Just a weight. So I need that top bolt. That's not it. I'm going to test some bolts on the other engine. Well, I found a couple of bolts. I'm just going to snug this up so it's got something connected to it, essentially. But I'm definitely going to have to revisit this and see what bolts are properly supposed to be on this, because I don't think some of these are the right ones. And like I said, I just want to make sure I get the right bolts back where they're supposed to go. And it just looks like this car's got a lot of hodgepodge parts on it. You know, not really a lot, but so. All right, let's look at the other side. We have this metal plate that goes on the transmission. Let's see. Leaves like that. Then the engine mount goes on. Yep, like that. All right. So let's put bolts in, bracket on the tranny, and the same size. They're all the same size. So just a okay. I'm gonna check the book and see if there's a torque spec. I couldn't find any torque specs, so we will just muscle these down. Muscle them down. I'll get a wrench on that one. It's 14. I'll just get a wrench, no big deal. 14. 14. Okay. 14. Just get some back in. Yeah, is that one? Yeah, it's 14. Well, I hope if I tighten it, loosening it, that's why it's popping off. Okay. All right, got my 17 here. Let's see, let's get in here. Okay, I can see it going in. Very nice. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so now it's not fully tight, which is fine. Nothing really is. Let's raise it up a little bit. Beautiful. All right. And so let's see. Holes look like they line up. Let's do the underneath the engine mount here. Oh man, those lined up perfectly. So there's two Alright, these are giving me a problem. Alright, so these are the ones I just took out of there. Okay, it just wasn't lined up. Okay, there it goes. Nice, that's my neighbor. Alright, so that lined up. Okay, let's see if we get the other one in. Alright, so that's a smaller one. Those are small. Let's see. Have to walk back and forth. It's crazy. Okay, let's see. 14. Let's see. 13. 14. So what did I just grab? Just grab 15? 15. Let's try 14. Okay, it's a 14. I mean, it'd be easier if I got these from the bottom, but I just want to snug them up. Let me just get this stupid extension on there. This will be easier. There it goes. All right, snug those up. And got one over there I gotta put in. And that should honestly do it for the engine mounts. So, got one. Oh man, I mixed up all my nuts and bolts. Damn, stupid, don't do that. Let's see. All right, so I keep saying we like there's more than one person here. I got the engine in. The engine mount on this side is connected to the transmission. It's all good, no issues there. Might need to be tightened up a little bit more. The engine mount in the front, the screw is right there.